Welcome back to the vlog. You find me behind enemy lines. I'm currently in Chelsea. We've just been to the Arsenal-Chelsea WSL match with Dulcie and Mrs May. There they are. I got to say, it's a decent stadium, Chelsea. It is a decent stadium, but I am now heading to the West Stadium in London, to Loftus Road, to watch QPR against Wrexham. Huge game. You was. Yeah, dog liked it. So we are off to Loftus Road. Mrs May's going to drop me off, and then we are going to. They're going off to Westfield. I'm meeting Charlie there. So fingers crossed. A decent game. Chelsea were getting thumped. Actually, they were 2-0 down when we left. Could have been 4-0 by really, from what I could see. I'm not really sure up to date with the state of the league, but Arsenal look like a much better team than Chelsea. There's Mrs May popping her head up.
And here is the show. Did we get a parking ticket?
Well, yes, we were really late because our trains are all screwed up, so we had to drive in the end. And I've had to stick it in a residential, just risk it for a biscuit, to be perfectly honest. It could be worse. Could have been towed. Cathcart Road. Hold on. To be fair, I was thinking a ticket would be worst case scenario, but now I'm thinking actually worst case scenario would be clamped, or even worse, stuck on the back of a low loader and taken off to the pound.
That'd be bad.
That'd be really bad, but I would just immediately call an Uber and go to football.
Remember when we did? I did get taken once when I was shopping.
No, he didn't get taken, he got clamped. Because I hadn't paid the tax for it. Got clamped in Aylesbury car park.
When I had children and shopping.
Absolute bloody nightmare. That was to be fair, it wasn't my fault. It was I'd come out of a company where it was a company car, and I thought it was still tax for the year, but it was just when the yearly monthly tax had come in. So I thought I had it for 12 months, but it was being paid monthly. Anyway, that was a disaster. That was a horrendous phone call. Oh, the anger. We'll do a whole podcast about money woes one time. Again, that'd be about 25 episodes. Oh shit. Oh. There's a warden right here. Shit. Not yet. Yeah. Just going. Very lucky. There he is. How lucky is that? He's right there. 1-0 Rangers, half time. Absolutely fantastic strike from Harvey. Incredible goal, wasn't it? Not got the greatest of views because obviously Charlie May got the tickets, so this is our view. Last seats in the ground, last seats in the ground apparently.
But obviously, people don't turn up.
No.
These are my mates. He said, go there, mate. I'm not going.
Oh, really? Yeah. Oh, that's where he sits?
Somewhere around here.
Oh, fair enough.
He said he sits on the top.
Oh, I see. So yeah, anyway, played really well, 1-0. Got to keep it going. Game we got to win, so fingers crossed. Two-one. Corner. Well, I'm still in a bit of a state of shock about that. I don't really think I can process it right now. I've got plenty to say, plenty to talk about, but oh my god. I mean, yeah, like I say, I don't think I can really talk about it at the moment. It's all too fresh. But when I get home, have a glass of red, settle myself down, I'll come back with my thoughts. Fuck that bed. Okay, I'm just about ready to talk about that performance now. It's 10:30. I've had plenty of time to get over it, but I'm still not over it. And why would you be over it when you gutting to lose that game? But anyway, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to run through the team and how I saw it and tell you what I think of their performances. So let's start with Joe Walsh in goal. I thought he had a solid game. He made a great... Before their equaliser, he made a fantastic save. It then got recycled and they scored. Sorry, storage problems again. So yeah, he made a great save before the equaliser. They then scored the equaliser. Now, I didn't think there was anything you could do about it. It was a great finish. Their second goal, I didn't see what happened. It was down the other end from where I was. he obviously got both hands on the ball. The way I think Kone was protesting to the referee, they obviously thought there was a foul on the keeper. Essentially, he dropped it, and the Wrexham player smashed it in. Another great finish. And then the third goal, again, I couldn't see much, but it looked like a great strike. Didn't look like there was much he could do about it. I thought he seems like a really good shot stopper. Distribution seems okay, but he does seem to dawdle on the ball a bit. There's a few times where there was one time he had to kind of like check back and take it past player, which always worries me about goalkeepers. But overall, I thought he was pretty solid. So we go to right back, and Benge. I'd hate to do this because he's one of my favourite players, but obviously he played great. He's a great outlet. I'd love to see him swing crosses in quicker. This will be a recurring theme for me during this, but he was on a booking from the first half, so his challenge in the second half was ridiculous. He was never getting to that ball. Everyone could see he was never getting to that ball. He was always going to make that foul, so he was always going to get sent off. I don't know what was going through his head, but that is kind of like him. Like, that's just what he does. So I suppose you've got to kind of take the good and the bad. Jimmy Dunn and oh God, I'm going to forget his bloody name now. So let's start with Jimmy Dunn, because I'm going to have to try and remember the other centre back's name, because it's escaped me. He scored the bloody goal. How can I not remember his name? Jimmy Dunn, solid as always. I just feel we need to move quicker from the back, and I feel like he's too much of a target at set pieces. I think we need to mix it up, which is how it works really well for the goal for, oh my God, the ex-Bournemouth. How can I not remember his name? This is just like me. Oh, I'm going to have to pause it. Hold on. Literally straight back. Steve Cook. Of course it's Steve Cook. I just had a mental block. So Steve Cook scored make us go 2-1 on 80 minutes. I thought he was solid at the back again, winning a lot of headers. He looked decent. I know people have a lot of moans about him because they think he's a bit slow, but the guy's got Premiership experience, loads of Premiership experience, and I like him. And his goal was brilliant. I think that was probably a tactic from the training ground. It was a short corner, didn't beat the first man, but it didn't matter because Steve Cook ran, flicked it on, great header, great finish, 2-1, happy days, thought we were in. Reece Norrington-Davies, not his best game in the first half. I'm a massive fan of his. I think he's excellent, but his first half, I didn't think his distribution was great. I just want him to get crosses in much quicker. So many times he's raiding down that wing and he can just get the cross in, and they always check back and look, and then it's back to Paul Smith, and then they kind of recycle the ball back to Madsen. I just think the way to score goals in the Championship is quick crosses. You see it all the time, and I just wish they'd whip that ball in quicker. But anyway, they're obviously not being told to do that. But I love him as a player. I think I love his energy. I love his enthusiasm, and he's totally solid enough. Nothing, he all in all, decent, solid performance, but I don't think the first half was his greatest. First half, I thought he gave the ball away a bit. Second half, I thought he was absolutely fine. So we'll move on. Midfielders, Nico Madsen and Kieran Morgan. Nico Madsen, I thought, was good again. He had a lovely run in the second half where his finish should have been better. I'm sure he'd say that himself. But I could see what he was trying to do, but it just looked a bit daft. Corners were decent. I don't know if he had a knock on the head in that first half, but he was a bit skewed, but he kind of got himself up. Kieran Morgan, I'm a massive fan of Kieran Morgan, but he didn't have a great game today. I think he'll probably admit that himself. Gave the ball away a bit too much, and he had a decent chance as well, which he hit in the side netting. But like I say, massive fan of his, and I'd love to see him get some more starts. Paul Smith and Dembele, the wingers. Paul Smith, as always, tries his heart out. He gave the ball away loads. I think his first 3 or 4 touches, he gave the ball away. But he more than makes up for that in effort and like just what he does for the team. Again, I'd love to see him get crosses in more. But like I say, I don't know if they're coached in a different way. Dembele, I thought he was on it today. I heard a lot of people around me didn't feel the same, didn't think he played very well, but I've seen performances from him before where I've not thought he's played very well. I thought today was a day where I thought he was totally on it, and I thought he played really well. it just didn't seem to be going our way. So I didn't have any qualms with him. And then up front, Harvey Vale was playing just behind Kone. So Harvey Vale, I thought he was excellent. I think he's a fantastic player. I think we need to use him more. He's clearly he's quality, and he just needs to play as many games as possible now. I'm not sure they've found his best position, but he's decent on the ball. He's really good on the ball, and his goal was incredible. Like, what a strike, what a great goal. And then Kone, and Richard Kone. This is going to hurt, but I love him. I love the fact that he seems to be totally all in, and I don't think there's a lack of effort from him in any way, shape, or form, but he doesn't hold the ball up, which is a massive problem for us, because as a certainly if he's playing up front on his own, as a striker, he has got to hold the ball up, because otherwise it just keeps coming back. And that is what we're finding. That is killing. I feel that is killing us. The ball just keeps coming back. And he never seems to win a header when the ball's pumped up. Like I say, he never holds it up. The ball seems to bounce off of it. He's clearly a good finisher, a great finisher. And I really like him as a player, but it's frustrating. And he is becoming a bit of a outlet for fans, and I don't like it. I don't like the fact that people are starting to have a go at him. And he's always the first to try, say to the crowd, like, come on, give us more. And it's like, we want you to give us more. But I think he is giving everything. But he's so clearly he's a big bloke, but he just doesn't seem strong enough, and it's really, really frustrating to watch. I think he's definitely. I mean, listen, we have got a massive injury list, and it's a big problem. And the depth at the moment is not there. Daniel Benny came on today, immediately started winning headers, which was great. I wish Kone would win more headers. Daniel Benny came in and did that. Who else came on? Still no Ronnie Edwards. I don't know what's going on with Ronnie Edwards. I don't know why. And I'd love to know the thought process when Mbenge got sent off. Why is Ronnie Edwards not coming on for Harvey Vale or for Kone, and we're just shutting up shop at that point and taking the win? I'm pretty sure it was 2-1 when Mbenge got sent off. In fact, it was. I'm sure it was. So I've no idea why you're not shutting up shop at that point. I thought today, I assumed he was holding Ronnie Edwards back for a home game. That's why he didn't play Stoke and Oxford. I assumed he'd start today. He didn't. He's left Southampton because he can't get off the bench. He's been on the bench for 3 games. I don't know what's going on with that. But and then, so that's it. But, I mean, a really disappointing defeat. I mean, did we do enough to win it? I don't know. I mean, massive respect to Wrexham, because even when they scored that second goal, they brought the ball back as quick as they could to the halfway line to go and try and win it. Plus, they didn't do any time wasting that I could see whatsoever to try and get a draw, or as a team, as an attacking team, they you have to take your hat off to them. But even they must admit, I would imagine, that they never saw themselves winning that game. When Steve Cook scored that winner, we've got to see that game out, and it's disappointing, it's frustrating. But so I'm going to leave it there, because I don't want to go on too much, because I'm just going to get more and more upset. So I'll give kudos to Wrexham. Fantastic away day. Your fans must have had a fantastic away day, and QPR have had great away days this season as well, and you enjoy it. I hope you've had a great night. It hurts. It's a weekend ruiner. That was a massive game for us to try and get closer to the playoffs, and losing is awful. I mean, it's a real slap in the face, because we've dropped down now. But we go again. Coventry on Saturday. Obviously a massively tough game. But we'll see what we do with QPR. That's the game we'll probably go and win. Who knows? But I'll leave it there. Thanks everyone for watching. Not the result we wanted, not the way I wanted to finish today's vlog. I was hoping to finish with a bit of hi-ho silver line and the dub, but that's football. That's supporting QPR. QPR fans out there will know exactly what it's like. So I'll see you tomorrow. It's a Sunday. Take care. Oh, sorry, I should have said thanks for the likes. Thanks for the comments. Please subscribe if you can. Trying to get to 100k followers by the end of 100k subscribers by the end of this year. It's not going to happen, but
let's see how close we get. Take care. See you tomorrow. Oh, double salute.